well and blessed. If you're just starting out with me today, then it's early morning for you. So your day just might be starting, but you never know. Your day have already been started out and already been a blessing and well, or it could have been a tough day for you right now. Or you could be listening to this at 11 a.m., 11 p.m., in the middle of the night. Who knows where you are in the world, what time it is, but I'm so glad you're here because it's always a good time for the Rundown with Ramon show today. We have an amazing episode for you today, and we're going to talk about one topic and one topic alone. Often we have some headlines in the news today, but I didn't see anything on LinkedIn News that I wanted to dive into related to entrepreneurship and business, taking your business to the next level. So we have one topic today, and that's there's multiple paths to greatness, multiple paths to success today. And by the way, this episode brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. I use Bitdefender for my devices. I use Bitdefender for my computer, my phone, and more, and you should as well. Why should we do that? Well, cyber criminals want to attack, hack, and get into your data and wreak havoc. Ransomware is real, where you get into your computer and realize, oh no, it's locked. Unless you give money to somebody, then they will unlock it. Or spyware is a real thing where they're spying on your digital data, seeing what you're typing, seeing who you're talking to, seeing your bank account, your financial data. So if you want to be secure, go to bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and leverage Bitdefender not only for your digital security, but also for your team's digital security, as we do at Zone of Genius and Smart Hustle Media LLC. So this episode brought to you by Bitdefender. Glad you're here today. Let's begin the show right now. And before we do that, we already got people joining us. What's up, Patty? Glad you're here today. Patty is here today. Patty from New York is here today in the house. Patty, glad you're here. Streaming on X. Love that X is back and working well. So buckle up and get ready for today's episode of The Rundown with Ramon Show. All right, before we get into today's episode of the Rundown with Ramon show, there is one thing I wanted to touch on, one thing I wanted to comment on today. We had a discussion in Clubhouse, the social audio app, Breakfast with Champions channel on Clubhouse. Hey, Greg, glad you're here today. And one of the things was about getting on stages. And I wanted to give a few perspectives about getting on stages that I've had. Hey, Alexandria, glad you're here, for many, many years. As one who's produced my own events. I started producing my own big events in 2005. The first vision to do it was in 2005. And then I did over 10 years of events, bringing together hundreds and hundreds of people annually in New York City. So I've produced events, big and small. I have Genius Talk series I'm doing, and more. I have that credibility of producing events. I know what it's like to produce events. And as such, I know what it's like to have people wanting to be on my stage, me inviting people to be on my stage, and what it's like to be able to pick only a certain amount of people, and the rest you have to reject, or the rest aren't able to be there, Iana. You know how it is. Hey, Denny, glad you're here. So I know what that's like. On the other hand, I also know what it's like on the other side of the equation, applying or wanting to be on stages and getting rejected. I applied to speak at HubSpot coming up in just a few months. Don't know if I'll be on that stage. I've applied to speak at South by Southwest. I've been accepted and I've been rejected. I was invited by Gary Vaynerchuk to speak on his stage. I was invited by Seth Godin to do projects with him. So I know what it's like in all dimensions. So I have the credibility. And here's the things I've learned about hosting my events, having people wanting to speak on my stage. Here's what I've learned, having other people do events and me wanting to be on their stage. Here's what I've learned. There is no right or wrong reason per se why you were not invited. But here's the reason why people are invited. People like Damon John, Barbara Corcoran, Simon Sinek, the big dogs. Why are they invited to speak? Because they're the big dogs. Everybody wants them on their stage because that will add cachet to the event and it will help sell tickets. Don't get it twisted. There's very few people who have that level of gravitas, that level of draw, who will help sell tickets to an event. Not Alexandria, not Denny, not Patty, not Anna, not Ramon Ray. We just don't have that gravitas per se. I'm getting to something that will help sell tickets. Now, having said this, you can be a big fish in a small pond. I'm known in some circles, so maybe somebody having me on their stage will get people to look twice because I'm known in that circle. So understand the circle, the sandbox that you're playing in. That's one, though. The big dogs are the big dogs, and any event producer, they want people there to help sell tickets, or they want people there to build a deeper relationship. Alexandra Nicole has EYG Events. She's building a community, building a system, building an ecosystem. She's popping, doing some cool things. We are simpatico in that. I'm likewise. So I want people, quote unquote, at my level on my stage to continue to build the relationship. This is just the facts, people. If you don't understand this, sorry. If you can't take the heat, get out of the freaking kitchen. So this is another element to understand about people who getting on stage. Somebody said earlier today about not nepotism, but a bad word. I forgot the word to use. They used a word about meaning cronyism. And I said I'm unapologetically a cronyism for my events. If I'm doing an event, I know who I want to be on that stage even before I dream the event. I know Dr. Will Moreland. Good morning, Dr. Will. I know him, know what he does. And I know Alexandra, what she does. The reason I may want them on my stage. It's not a bad thing for other people. But there could be some strategic reasons why I want them. And or it could be because they're a great speaker, and or they may not even be a good speaker. I may not like their speaking style, but I like the community they're in, and I want to be attached to this. Understand the game, people. Understand the game. Third point is many times you want to be on a speech. Oh, I can add so much value. I got so many degrees. I have something to say. For me, that don't mean anything because you have something to say. We all got something to say. Because you got something to say, don't mean it gives you a right to be on my stage and say it. You may not be a fit. I may not like what you have to say. I may think it doesn't have a fit with my audience. Suck it up, buttercup. And this is just what it is. Understand this, Doris. Good morning to you. Dr. Will, let's go. Thank you so much, Patricia. That's a real thing, Patty. I'm telling you, big fish, small pond. It's a real thing, Patty. Grow into the areas who you're known. Be well known in that small pond like you and I do, Patty, right? In BWC, we're well known in that defined network. So that's number three, is that your message may not be applicable to the audience. They just may not want it for whatever reason. Number four, understand you may not be as good at speaking as you think you are. Understand this. You may think you're good on stage, but either the event host or person picking it doesn't think you are, or frankly, most people would say they clap in front of your face, but really, you ain't that good. Sorry, just saying like it is. So understand that. Number five, this aspect of people like us do things like this. Yeah, there could be a bit of race, could be a bit of the things. You got Patty, Iana, and Alexandra. They've been rocking together for years and years and years. Dr. Will Moreland, not trying to get in there. They don't know Dr. Will. They don't know him. They don't know him. He's a guy. Other things maybe, and they don't know him like that. So they continue to call the same people. That's not bad. We can call it nepotism, cronyism, whatever thing we want to call it. But I do that at my events. When I do an event, I already know. Do you think I need you to give me a recommendation? Do you think I need you to say, hey, Ramon, I'm available? In a way, it's nice to know new people, but I can fill in that with some of the best speakers. I know them all. When I say I know them all, meaning at my level. I know those way above my level. I can get to Damon John if I want. I just don't have the $150,000 fee to pay him or the $200,000 fee to pay Gary Vaynerchuk. I know who I want. So I need y'all to understand this. And this is why I come to the last point is don't be afraid to build your own stage. Do you think me doing the rundown with Ramon every single day for the past over 2 years, I think I started in 2024, doing it on USA Today Network, I believe that's where it was at. This daily show, I think. I was doing it months before that. Did it on USA Today Network for a year. Then I kept doing it in 2025, I believe. Last year, I've done it for a minute. So I've been doing it for about 2.5 years or so. And I'm doing it now. Do you think I don't want the show to get much bigger, to reach hundreds of thousands, millions of people? I do want it. Hey, Malika Starr, good to have you here. But I'm telling you, I'm still doing it. You know why? Because Malika Starr's showing up. I'm still doing it. You know why? Because Patty's showing up. I'm still doing it. You know why? Because Denny's showing up. I'm still doing it. You know why? Because Dr. Will Moreland's showing up. I'm still doing it because Alexandria and Iana and so many others and Greg are showing up. And there's so many who watch the show on demand, listen to it after it goes live. This is why I do it. And because I love this format, I love live. You all give me energy. I get energy from you all. And this is what I'm built to do. This is what I'm called to do. Live entertainment with a dose of business advice. This is me. By the way, I want to let you all know something. If you haven't been to my Genius Talks, you definitely want to attend Genius Talks events. We got one coming up in Atlanta on Thursday, and we got a whole series planned for New York City. Go to geniustalksevents.com, geniustalksevents.com. You want to check that out. You don't want to miss it. I'm considering building that into a much bigger event that I'll do in the fall, kind of like a TEDx type style event where we'll have Genius Talks Awards. I bought the domain yesterday, so I'm thinking of producing that, so you don't want to miss out on that. And I encourage you as well. Many of you have said, Ramon, I want you to coach me. Ramon, I want you to mentor me. Ramon, I want to learn from you. Well, you now have the opportunity. RamonOfficeHours.com. Be like Denny, be like Malika, be like many others. Join me live in Ramon Office Hours, RamonOfficeHours.com. We'd love to see how I can help you take your business to the next level. Join me, RamonOfficeHours.com. Mentorship and coaching to help your business get to the next level. You've seen what I do. You've seen what I'm building. You see where I'm going. If you want to learn from me in that aspect, you want to grow with me in that, feel free to join me in Ramon Office Hours. We're going to jump on to the next portion of the show, the main portion of the show. Then I cut out of here in a second here. I get to go volunteer and do a communication class at a school. So I'm going to do there as well. Patty, thanks for being such a valued member. Thank you for seeing such value in what I produce as well. Thank you so much, Patty. Appreciate you 1,000%. Alexandria, thanks for sharing those links. Appreciate you so much. So I want to dive into the flagship topic of the day today. There's multiple paths to success. Normally, I've gotten my car oil changed at place X, called Valvoline. Doesn't really matter the name. Could have been Meineke Kia or any place else. But got my car oil done at place X, and it's about $90. They check the tires, they check the wipers and the fluids and all those kind of things, and I stay in the car. Yesterday, I went to a different place. I wanted to check out Castrol, so I went there, and they did it completely different. I drove the car in. I went to sit in a waiting room. A young lady was there who I paid. A cashier was there. In the other place, I do it all from my car. They have a scanner, just boop, right there. I went to a waiting room for the second place, and they called me out to have me look at some things, told me what they did, and the bill there was about $119. It would have been $30 more. Now, part of the reason was because I got a filter changed. The filter was dirty, so I got the filter changed, and that was quite a bit more expensive than if I would have done it myself. But I would have had to go to the store. I would have had to pop the thingamajiggy. I would have had to have time to do it. They already had that sucker out, so I said, go for it and do it. Interesting model. And what I got from this, the nugget from this, is there is multiple ways to success, people. And anybody who tells you this is the way you must do it is lying to you. They're incorrectly wrong. You can grow a successful business on the back of YouTube. Many people have done it. You can also grow a successful business on the back of Facebook. Many people have done it. Many people have had success building Facebook groups. Many people have had success building communities on Skool, Skool, where I have a community, and I'll probably add more communities. There is no one right way to success, and I need you to understand this and know it and embrace it. There is no one right way to success. Here's the thing I want you to understand. Success does leave clues. And there are some things about success that are bedrock I found over the years there's no differentiation. You can't cut corners. Who are you speaking to? This is important in all dimensions. If I'm speaking to women over 60, I'm speaking to guys under 20. I'm speaking to elderly, I'm speaking to young. I'm speaking to people who have had trauma in their life. I'm speaking to people who've gone over that trauma, whatever the thing is. Am I speaking to business coaches who want to build a solo business, a very small business? Or am I thinking to large-scale enterprise companies that want to build the next multi-million-dollar, $500 million business going to $1 billion? So understanding who am I speaking to, understanding who are my customers, understanding what is my product or service, understanding my messaging, all these things never change. But how we go about this are two different ways. Chick-fil-A is quite successful. So is, I was going to say Red Lobster, but they've had times. But Chick-fil-A is very successful, and so is McDonald's, and so is Morton Steakhouse. Two different scales, two different money, and all those things, but all are successful. There's not one way to have success. And I never want you to think this way. People say, oh, you got to have Kajabi. They're wrong. Sorry, Kajabi people. Or you got to have AWeber just to do that. The platform is slightly irrelevant. Oftentimes, it's how are we using the platform. That's the game-changing difference. I could tell you all day long about the tools that I have. I use Keep. I use Zoom. I use Asana. I use Restream. Right now, we're streaming to you. So many tools that I have all the time. So it's not that there's one way to do it. The question is, how do you do it? Dave Ramsey has his billion-dollar media company. Mr. Beast has his billion-dollar media company. One guy's 70 and older, or whatever old Dave Ramsey is. One guy's a baby, like 20-something years old. Go figure. Go figure. There's multiple ways to success. What I'm doing, Patty, and thank you, Patty, for that affirmation. What I'm doing, how I'm building Zone of Genius. We have our Genius Talks events, geniustalksevents.com. We have that event series, which is brand new. Time will tell if it works or not. And it's growing. We have Ramon Office Hours, my mentorship and coaching platform, Ramon Office Hours, under the Genius Talks events, most likely. We'll have a bigger event and more things we'll be doing. Ramon Office Hours will grow into an amazing coaching platform. Then there's Ramon Ray, the talent, the host, the brand ambassador, and more. So we have these different tentacles, how we serve small business owners and entrepreneurs. I'm still figuring it out every day. There's not one path to success, and I need you to understand that. The question is, whatever path you're on, are you doing it successfully? I'm not one of these people who say everybody has to have a podcast. You don't. But I am one to say everybody has to build visibility and awareness so people can know about them and buy from them. That's a fact. If nobody knows about you, nobody will buy from you. If nobody's buying from you, you won't have any sales. If you don't have any sales, that means you don't have a business. Full stop, end of story. So that's what I want you to understand today. I got to run here in a few minutes. Love Alexandra's question of the day. She always asks insightful questions. I never know what they're going to be ahead of time. Alexandra Nicole, EYGevents.com. Thanks for being a valued partner of the Rundown with Ramon community, Alexandria. I appreciate you so much. Check out what Alexandria is doing at EYGevents.com. Where in your life has success built complacency? Interesting question, Alexandria. And sadly, this happens to me every few weeks. When I get a big deal, I start to get complacent. And I start to slow down on sales, start to slow down on follow-up, start to slow down on all the quote-unquote boring back office things that I should be doing. So sadly for me, it's been complacent when I've had a big monetary deal in my business. But the monetary deal is not going to help me get to the $1 million aspect of what I want to pay myself more and make a bigger impact. Sadly. But that's where complacency gets to me. And guess what, Alexandria? This question you asked me has been with me throughout many years of my life. My boss at the United Nations said the same thing, and I wasn't fired for this reason. He loved me, and I did good work there. But he said, Ramon, I find that when things are going well, then you slow down, pitter, and I got to pick you back up again. So I don't know why that is. I'm sure there's something I need to do better in life. At the age of 53 years old, not sure how much I'm going to change, but I get excited when there's excitement. I get excited when there's tension. I get excitement when there's friction. I get excited when things are moving on. And when things are going well, I usually get distracted. I get bored. I just start to kind of space out there. So that's my answer to that question. But beyond me answering the question, everybody, I want you to answer this question from Alexandra Nicole. Check out what she's doing at EYGevents.com. Where in your life has success built complacency? For me, that complacency happens every few weeks. Maybe for you, it's happened your whole life. Maybe for you, it's never happened. I don't know. And we all have areas that are life that are a strength to us, like Don Sankey. I think it's Sankey or Stanky. Been at the gym every day for the past 10 million days. Some of us have issues in other areas, successes or lows. So I love that. And thank you so much, Patty, for chiming in here, being part of the Rundown with Ramon show. I appreciate it. Your proof of concept has influenced me to keep on track for my business success. Thank you, Patty. You are 100% welcome. Everybody, I got to run. Rundown with Ramon show is starting today. Oh boy, everybody. Ding, 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 ding. One of my favorite humans in the whole world, Anna Jorge, the most amazing career coach in the world. Anna Jorge, or Anna George, I always forget which way she pronounces it, is in the room. But I know it's Coach Anna J. I know that much, I think. Coach Anna Joe. Anna, so glad you're here. Y'all check up Anna George on LinkedIn, ANAJORGE. Anna is like all that in the bottle. Man, Anna's good peeps. And we've been together for a couple years now, since 2019, I think she said it was, reminded us that. So I appreciate you, Anna, just for being here. I got to run, got some volunteer work to do at a school I'm going to teach at in a few minutes, teaching them speech class, and I don't want to be late, so I'm going to run. But everybody, have an amazing, beautiful day. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. And I'm telling you, if you want to build a better business, join me in Ramon Office Hours, RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. I got amazing things going on. Check out what Alexandria is doing at EYGevents.com, EYGevents.com. I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. And thank you all for being here. Anna, you know how it is. I got to run. I'll be late. Y'all got to get on the highway. Patty, Genius Talks is growing, growing, growing. Any suggestions you have, Patty, to even do it better and better and better, let me know. I'll be back here. I'll be online on Clubhouse, by the way, in a few minutes. Going to be in my car for about a 45-minute drive. So, peace. Be blessed, y'all. Make a difference in the world. Appreciate y'all so much. Bye-bye.